Hi, Ed StOnge here with Flip2. I have Chris LaRose, the VP of Marketing Support for Americas for Hilton. Just sat in on a great session that Chris did on a topic I'm very passionate about, which is that intersection of revenue management and digital marketing, which, can we just call it marketing?
Sure.
All right. So, Chris, why don't you give us just a real high-level recap of the key points of your presentation?
So I guess where I start, well, first off, thanks for the time and enjoyed the presentation. I think that for starters, what I tried to convey was an inverse version of what I presented at the ROC, the Revenue Management Optimization Conference last year, which was we have two groups in revenue management and marketing or digital marketers that really need and want to move into each other's space but don't know where to start. They're almost the same person, both in discipline and mindset in some cases, but it's interesting that both groups are either hesitant or don't know, like I said, where to start in that dialogue, and there's huge potential the closer we get those two disciplines together.
Yeah, and so why did you choose that topic?
Oh, well, me personally, I've been with Hilton for almost 24 years. I spent about equal amount of time in revenue management and helped build out revenue management at Hilton and then helped build out digital marketing at Hilton, and it's the same movie is what I said in the breakout, and I have passion for both of those, and I think that there's, like I said, clear opportunity that if we pull those two groups together as disciplines, there's revenue potential, there's share potential, there's performance upside, and so I see an opportunity, and that's what excites me.
So why do you think it's separate in our industry, whereas in most industries, e-commerce generally is what we call revenue management and digital marketing? Why is it not that today?
I think everything has to run its course as far as evolution. I mean, I remember, and I made some remarks after the breakout to someone that when they first built out revenue management was this barnacle on the operation as well. They took reservations managers and slid them over to revenue managers. And so you have something similar that happened where they took marketing managers and made them digital marketers or e-commerce managers. So I foresee a day where the disciplines will merge back together, and the way that they execute will be somewhat common. It's just a matter of time. I mean, everything sort of has to evolve at its own pace, and it takes a little bit of time to mature what we do and how we do it, and then you can figure organizationally how to stitch it together.
Yeah, excellent. And so, obviously you're a glutton for punishment. If you brought revenue management to a large organization and then finished that after being successful and said, I'm going to bring something else, why are you so drawn to revenue management and marketing? Like, how did you catch the fire?
I think, I mean, the days in revenue management was sort of, when I got interested in that, it was something new, it was something you could really help shape and build and drive a performance difference. And so I think at its core, those are the two things that really excite me, is building something and then engaging and turning that function on to then drive improve performance for the hotels. And so I think the opportunity in both revenue and digital when I started were almost the same. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I'd say a glutton for punishment. There's a lot of really smart people, smarter than I am, that were part of the build out on both sides of those departments. But it's something that I like to win. I guess even our CEO, he's sort of known for saying, and I agree with him, I hate losing more than I like winning. And so it's that commercial competitive spirit and then finding competitive advantage and exploiting it to drive performance. So, that's fun.
That's great. So what are you most excited about this year in marketing?
So for Hilton specifically, we've sort of spent some time in the lab, so to speak, for the last couple of years and redesigning what marketing would look like for us. And so we're rolling out destination marketing and trying to stitch together the excitement and the story of going to New York or going to DC or whatever it is, and really trying to evolve beyond individualized hotel tactical marketing campaigns and really trying to execute in a strategic, thoughtful way with something that will engage a consumer, will be different in the space, will include diverse partnerships and other experiences at the destination level. I think ultimately, your average traveler, whether it's you or I or anybody else that stays in a hotel, the hotel is not the means to the end. I'm sorry, that's what I meant to say. It is the means to an end. It's not the experience.
Right.
And so we need to think of ourselves differently in sort of selling that experience with the hotel part of it, not the hotel all of it.
So are you having to now introduce to your hotels the discovery of the why? Like, why do people stay with you?
So yeah, very much so. I think in one of the speeches this morning, the keynote, and building off of Simon Sinek's TED Talk, I think that's a space that we've gotten into now of who are you and why are you there? Every hotel was built for a reason, so what is that reason, and let's exploit it. Let's make sure we tell it. And that really should be the cornerstone or foundation of any marketing program, as opposed to starting with a shiny new object. You sort of have to start with the baseline story and make sure that story is truly who you are. Number two, truly how your consumer sees you. And thirdly, what you can really deliver on. Because if you do that well, then you can sort of block out all the other noise, because then you get back to the basics of, I know who I am, I know the service that I'm delivering, and I can focus on the service, which you can get distracted with the Airbnbs and anything else that's in the space, but if you focus on service and service delivery, that's all the difference.
So, always bringing it back to hospitality.
That's what we should be. That's the space that we're in.
That is. That's great. Well, thank you for the time. I truly enjoyed the presentation. I think the audience had a lot of great takeaways from it, and you definitely had a packed room. So kudos on that, and kudos on rolling out some more really exciting things at Hilton.
Thanks. Always good to see you, Ed.
Good to see you too, my friend. And we'll see you next time with some more interesting people. Again, we have Chris LaRose here from Hilton.